Hi guys, welcome to Life Sorted, and today I'm going to give you guys a update on how week 4 went of my no spend, and also kind of give you an end of month update on both challenges and how we feel they went. So guys, I am sorry that week 4's update has gone up a little bit late, but I came down with a really bad cold, which I kind of still have. So I wouldn't have sounded or looked particularly great if I'd tried recording this a few days ago. And I really wanted to wait until the end of the month had passed to be able to give you a full roundup of how our March challenges went. So I'll give you the week 4 no spend update first. Week 4 was a big spend week. Oh yeah. Considering I'm on a no spend challenge, it was a big spend week. But after beating myself up in week 3 and so many of you guys saying, Chantel, you're being way hard on yourself. Chantel, you need to give yourself a break. Stop being so bad, like beating yourself up about it. You're still trying your best. Thank you so much for that, guys. I really needed that little pep talk. And I gave myself a little pep talk afterwards, just kind of saying, meh, you're still trying, don't worry about it, move on. Week 4 was a big spend week, but I don't feel guilty, so that's all good. We had dinner out one day because we were out all day, and I knew that was going to happen at some point, and we didn't really have much choice, so we did eat dinner out that day. Nothing I could do about it. But the big spend, as I'm assuming most of the people who watch this video are from the UK or from the US, please leave me a comment if you're not from either one of those. I would love to speak to some guys from elsewhere in the world. I'd love to know who else is watching my videos. But if you're in either of those two countries, you'll know that Toys R Us is shutting down. Yeah. Toys R Us is closing down, which is sad. Also means they have a sale on. So there were a few things that I know I wanted to pick up for Allian for his birthday. As I told you guys, I think in last week's video, I knew I wanted to pick those things up. So I went down to find out if they had them. They didn't. But I did find a number of other items that me and John had kind of been discussing that we wanted to get Allian for Christmas. We wanted to get him a till, because he's really obsessed with one in playgroup. Some toy food, some like two little, like some sort of dumper truck thing for his birthday, that was. And then something Blaze, an Octonauts Gub. So there were a few things we'd been talking about that we'd kind of been planning for Christmas time. And I managed to find them at around 30 to 40% off. And we kind of weighed up the fact that I've been doing a bit of a side hustle, earning some extra money on the side that I've been putting aside for Christmas, ready for later in the year. And it kind of seemed silly not to pick up these items whilst they were reduced by quite so much. So I did. And I ended up spending like £150 in Toys R Us. Some of these items are quite big items. They're like £50–60 retail cost on them. So I did pick them up and I saved, I think the total save was like £64 off the full retail cost. So I don't feel guilty about that because he's got a few items that he needed left over for his birthday. I didn't get those 2 characters I wanted, but we've decided to take 2 of the presents I originally bought for Christmas and take the 2 presents I originally bought for his birthday and switch them round. So I don't need to buy those characters until closer to Christmas now. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So yeah, anyway, it was a big spend. It was a big spend, but it means that I've got quite a few things ticked off for Christmas time that I'm not going to need to buy now. So that's great. But yeah, I don't feel guilty about it. Other than that, I didn't spend anything. There were no clothes bought. We did have that meal out because, like I said, there was nothing I could do about that. But we didn't eat out any other time. I've kept my food shopping down low. I haven't bought anything when we've been in Toots. So yeah, it's been a really good week apart from that money that I kind of spent for Christmas. So now on to kind of like an end of month wrap up of how both the challenges went. So just for you guys to know, the 2 challenges were a month of no spend and then a month of decluttering. So the no spend first, obviously, excuse me, first 2 weeks went really well. I spent almost nothing, which was amazing. Week 3 was a bit of a wobbly one, but I did feel, after I spoke to you guys about it, I did feel that they were kind of items that weren't, they were necessary to my family to get stuff organised and get stuff sorted alongside the decluttering and organisation side I was running. So that's fine. Week 4 was that big spend, but again, it's money I'd been putting aside, budgeting specifically for Christmas, which I won't need to buy at Christmas now. The plan is to be far more structured for Christmas this year. So I'm going to write a list, and we're simply going to start buying stuff as we can find it at a good price, or if I can find it secondhand in certain cases. So yeah, I'd say this month's no spend has gone pretty well. I have managed to get the food budget down a bit. I still don't have a budget, guys. I know I said I would, but I still haven't. And I actually want to trial, I know it's probably not budget friendly, but I want to trial HelloFresh sometime over the next month. Mainly for something for the blog, actually, to trial it. I had a voucher through for it where you get 50% off. So it actually only works out as like £2 per meal per person or something. So obviously we'll only buy it for me and John, and the baby will just eat a bit of it alongside us. So that is the plan. But I plan to try and keep not buying as much food, not buying as much, more than I need anyway. So that's going okay. Petrol is petrol. There's not a lot I can do about it. But I do feel I probably haven't unnecessarily driven as much because I've not been randomly going to the shops because I'm bored, or just, you know, I think I need one item, so I will drive all the way to some shops to get this one item and then nose and buy other items while I'm there. Because I've not been doing that, I do think I've spent less diesel this month overall. I've probably only I filled up my tank once. There was probably a little bit left at the start of the month. I filled up my tank completely once, which was like £77, which is painful. And then I put 20 in it yesterday, so right at the end of the month. So that £77 probably lasted me close to the entire month, which it didn't used to. So yeah, it's not awful. We get good mileage out of my car. We don't get great mileage out of John's car. So when we're driving further away, or when we're driving as a family, 90% of the time we take my car, simply because it's better on fuel economy. So yeah, that's kind of how the month is gone. And the plan is to carry on for April. Yeah, we are going to try and do it. Again, the same as I did last month, I have looked at my calendar, and this month I do have, I think I've got four prior commitments that I cannot cancel, obviously, because I think cancelling is just rude. So I'm going to do exactly the same as I did last month. I'm going to budget for them. I'm going to put aside X amount of money, and I'm not going to spend more than that money. April, hopefully, will be very similar. Now that I've put a bulk of the birthday shopping aside again, there's only a few things left I have to sort out. Some of which will be paid next month, and some which actually won't need to be paid until the month of his birthday in June. So other than that, I don't think we've got anything else. Oh no, we're going to a photo shoot. Yeah, we're going to a photo shoot. Elian got chosen as a rep for a company, so we are going to a photo shoot. But I'm booking the hotel for the night after through my Tesco's club card points, so that is not costing me anything. But we're taking him to the aquarium, so I do have to pay for the aquarium tickets. But again, for me, that is an educational outing for him to go and see marine life and learn some stuff and kind of like spend a day doing something which he will enjoy. So I don't worry about things like that. So yeah, that's how the no spend went. On to how went the declutter. How the declutter went. How went the declutter? Wow. That's a very Welsh way of saying it. How the decluttering went. And no doubt a lot of you will have seen how the declutter went. I had a small heart attack when I read one of the comments this week though. Somebody called me a maximalist. Wow. I've never ever thought of ourselves as maximalist. It makes sense, okay, I'm not going to deny it, but nobody's ever called me a maximalist before. We did have a lot of stuff. I can't deny that. When it comes to like my wardrobe though, even last year, I bought very, very little clothing-wise last year for me. Actually, for the last 2 years, I've probably not bought much clothing at all for me since I was pregnant. I had to buy clothes when I was pregnant. I didn't have any choice. But since then, I've not bought clothes really. So a lot of my clothing is something I have had for years. Years and years and years. And because my shape hasn't changed a huge amount until I got pregnant. It hadn't changed a huge amount. It's just lasted years and years. So I can't really say much about that. But anyway, somebody called me a maximalist. I had a heart attack and then I was like, oh, okay, maybe I have a lot of stuff. But we're getting there. The declutters have gone really, really well. And I'd say I pretty much managed it in the 30 days. There's a few like really small things I want to go over. Like that, the 2 shelves in the back of the living room I've shown you guys, but that's simply a case of we want to take everything off and work out how we want to set up those 2 shelves so they look more appealing and have less stuff on them. There's the windowsill in the back of the living room that simply has that box file that I need to go through, and I just want to skim the bathroom again. Other than that, I completed the whole house. No! If you guys haven't seen my declutters, I will pop them up here because I'm super proud of it. So yeah, it went really well. I covered pretty much everything. Sorry guys, the doorbell went, I had to go get a parcel. So before anybody mentions it, the attic has not been touched. No. The original plan was to take everything out of there, for me to spend like 2 or 3 days, which is probably how much it's going to take, going through it all, whilst John boarded out another section of it, because at the moment there is only a section in the middle boarded out, and either end is not boarded. So the plan was kind of to do that. But I'm a little bit worried that John isn't going to be ready or have the time to board out the bigger sections for at least a month or so. So the plan now is to start bringing down sections of things from up there and me just kind of get on with it, go through as much as I can. So in the end, there is less stuff up there for him to have to deal with when we are ready to board it out. If I can reduce it drastically, that would be a big help really. So there is clothes of mine up there from before I got pregnant that still probably don't fit me. I actually don't know because I've not pulled them down in like 3, maybe almost up to 3 years now. There is all of our stored baby clothes, which if we plan to have another one next year or the year after, we will want some of them, but I think we have way too much, so I need to go through those. Then there is stuff up there from when we first moved house that probably can go, and God knows what else, but I need to get it down and just start cracking on with it because it's just taking too long to worry about it. So this month I am going to plan to try and do that. There will be some more decluttering videos for those of you that love the declutter. There will be some more decluttering videos as I try and minimise and simplify what is up there. So yeah, we're getting there. We keep chipping away at it, and I think it will be a case of keeping on chipping away at it. I know KonMari says it kind of just, you do it once and you're done, but I feel like you kind of do it that first time and you don't always let go of everything because you kind of feel, oh no, actually I really do love that. And then as you start to reduce your stuff more and more, you realise actually, no, I didn't really love it. And you finally learn to let go of more stuff. So the declutter has helped me do that. So yeah, that's it. There will continue to be some declutters, mainly of the attic over the next month. And I'll continue to put up no spends as well, because it's been kind of an eye-opener. I will try and maybe I'll start keeping some figures for you guys as well. If you think that would be interesting to like get actual figures, then I'll do that. So guys, that is it. I hope this hasn't been too long. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe and join this little Life Sorted community. It's been really nice that I seem to be talking to a few of you frequently in the comments, and I love that. I really, really love that. So please do keep commenting. Let me know what you think. And please do hit subscribe. We're over 200 subscribers now in just 2 months. I am like super stoked about that. So Let's keep going. Let's strive for that 1,000 subscribers. I will see you guys again soon. Bye.